Hi, and thanks for joining me. Today we're taking a look back at some of my favorite episodes from this past season. They say everything's bigger in Texas, and that was true when we went down to Austin to cover the battles surrounding major pro-life legislation. With the support of a Texas majority, pro-life legislators fought to pass a bill that would put restrictions on late-term abortion. It would also protect women's health by bringing all abortion facilities up to a standard level of medical care. During a second special session to pass the bill, pro-life supporters were out in full force. They were hoping to avoid the unprecedented chaos caused by pro-abortion protesters that delayed the first passing of the bill. On June 25th, drama unfolded on the Texas Senate floor regarding the pro-life bill. Knowing the Senate needed to pass it before midnight, pro-abortion Senator Wendy Davis staged an 11-hour filibuster. There are tight rules regarding a filibuster in the Texas Capitol, and when she violated them for the third time, the filibuster was ruled over. Pro-abortion activists then engaged a planned-out backup strategy of instigating chaos in the gallery above the Senate floor. Carol was in the Senate gallery during the mayhem and was shocked by the action she witnessed by the pro-abortion advocates.
Pro-choicers came in from other states. 3/4 of them are from out of Texas, and 3/4 are paid. They're paid staff that have been sent here for mob rule. For instance, the first time they showed up in the Senate, they were directed that on the third point of order, they were to stand up and scream. They did that. It had never happened before in the Senate, and they stopped everything. And they were in our Capitol last week yelling, "Hail Satan." I've never seen anything like it. I was watching what happened on the floor because the pro-choice House of Representatives members, many of them were standing in the back of the Senate floor, which is legal, and they were encouraging the mob. And then one senator, Senator West, was encouraging the mob, and as they encouraged them, they got louder and louder, and it was deafening. The sound was deafening. The Senate could not have operated at all.
At one point, I didn't hear anything, and it was so loud. You're in some kind of trance.
Was it impossible to do business?
Yes, you couldn't hear each other. I was disappointed that some of my Democratic senators and Democratic House members were on the floor chanting and encouraging those in the gallery to cheer louder.
The decorum in the Senate had been lost, and we traded the democratic process, democracy if you will, for mobocracy. You can't do state business that way. I caught the third point of order on the filibuster, which stopped the filibuster. And when the Lieutenant Governor sustained my point of order, the crowd jeered because they felt they had lost the tool to delay the bill.
What do you think it would have been like if it had been reversed and pro-lifers had been behind all that chaos?
Oh, well, there's always that double standard that they hold on us. I told some of my Democratic and Republican colleagues, I said, I could fill your gallery, I could make some calls and I could fill your gallery, and if you were trying to do business over there and I went over and all of a sudden raised my hands and had them scream and yell and kept you from doing your business, you would be outraged. It's actually against the law to disrupt the proceeding, but I don't think anybody's going to get charged.
After a hard-fought battle, the Texas Senate passed the bill in the early morning hours of July 13, 2013. Now that the bill is passed, state senators and Texas pro-lifers are excited about what this means for the health care of Texas women and their unborn children. It's already saved enough babies to populate a small Texas town. When we return, we'll revisit an episode about a cheerleading squad that's adding sparkle to the lives of 3 very special high school students. The Sparkle Effect is a program that creates cheerleading and dance teams that bring together students with and without disabilities. Diana Watson, the cheerleading coach at Finneytown High School in Cincinnati, decided to implement the program with her squad this year. Brennan Eve, Marissa Murray, and Elizabeth Saul are 3 new cheerleaders with special needs who are perfect additions to the squad, and their lives are being dramatically impacted. The Sparkle Cats have done wonders for Brennan's confidence and social interactions with her peers. Finneytown High School and its students have fully embraced Brennan. They showed their love for Brennan by electing her homecoming queen. What did it feel like when they told you you were homecoming queen?
It was shocking to me.
Yeah? But you were also very happy, I'll bet, huh?
Yes, I'm happy and I'm shocked.
What's it like being part of the cheerleading squad?
It was fun, and I like my coach, and she's beautiful.
She
She's
is.
kindness to me, and I love her so much.
Implementing the Sparkle Effect program has positively benefited the students and community of Finneytown, offering inclusion opportunities and making sure all kids have a chance to participate is key to helping them break down barriers and show their abilities. Marie, what would you say to a school that's thinking about implementing a similar program?
I would say go for it 100%. And if they need to talk to us anyway about what is done for Marissa, it does a lot for her self-esteem. And now she's not as shy around people as before, kind of like hiding behind. She's out there.
I think the most important thing for us is to thank Finneytown Schools. The students here are something special. We're just so appreciative of this opportunity. I think giving kids an opportunity to be involved, no matter what their ability, and finding a way to accommodate their needs, it's so special. It's so heartwarming to me as a parent to just see my daughter be a kid, a student, a cheerleader, a friend.
And a queen.
And now a queen.
Yes.
This group of cheerleaders, they just amaze me. They have taken this program and ran with it. They're a great group of girls. The support from the community, the support from the school has been overwhelming. It's just been very rewarding to do. Any other schools, I think that, it doesn't hurt to try this. And feel free to call me. I would be more than happy to help any other school get started. I would love to see this program grow year after year.
Do you think that most any school that has an interest could do this program?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All you need is a group of girls willing to do it.
What's been the best thing about being a teammate to Brennan, Marissa, and Elizabeth?
I would say the best part is seeing them come in every day, and no matter what, they don't get frustrated, they stay smiling, and no matter how hard sometimes things are, they're always smiling, they're always happy, they don't give up, and it makes me not want to give up on anything.
I think seeing the progress from before, at practice, to at games where we can show everyone what they know and what anything is possible, what they're capable of, is just amazing. It makes you just want to hug every single one of them and say thank you. It's just amazing what those girls have done for the squad.
If you'd like to hear more of the Sparkle Cat story, you can catch this and any episode in its entirety. Simply visit our website at facinglife.tv. It's where you can also purchase a DVD or Blu-ray of every program and find additional resources related to each episode. Coming up, we'll revisit the GEMS program, a support group for remarkable women who chose to place their children for adoption. Today we're looking back at a few of my favorite programs from the show. One especially memorable episode focused on the support group GEMS, giving each mother support that provides assistance for birth mothers. The group was started by Mary Adams. When Mary was 16 years old, she became unexpectedly pregnant and decided to make an adoption plan for her son. Years later, spurred by her own need for help, Mary decided to start a support group for birth mothers of all ages. One member in particular had a moving story of reuniting with her daughter. Since 2009, GEMS has evolved to include birth mothers outside of adoption professionals. Monica Troy, a mother of 5, found the group years after placing her daughter for adoption. When Monica became pregnant as a young girl, the father of the baby wanted her to have an abortion. But Monica walked away from him and into a Catholic charity center to find out about the option of adoption. Monica was overwhelmed with the idea of parenting and chose to make a closed adoption plan. As the years passed, she struggled with not knowing if her daughter was alive and happy.
I think the biggest thing as a birth mother, you wonder if she's alive. Is she okay? Is she loved? Did I make the right choice? And you doubt.
What kind of a journey was it to find her? What did you have to do and how long did it take?
Well, I've always wanted to search her. When I signed the papers at Catholic Charities, that's the first thing I asked them, when will these files be opened? And they told me at age 21, the files will be open and I will be able to find her. So at age 21, I began my search, and my husband saw my despair and my frustration, and he simply said, "Do you want me to find her?" And at the time, he was an FBI agent, and I never really thought to ask him. I knew that he really couldn't do that as part of his job. So he's like, "I'll just do it on my own, on our computer, and it'll just be for fun." And I said, "Well, if you want to try." And I just went to bed. It took him 20 minutes. He ran upstairs and he's like, "I found her." And I was just so stunned. I was like, "How do you know it's her?" And he just smiled and he said, "Oh, it's her. Come see." And he...
Did she look like her birth mother?
Oh, very much so. It was very overwhelming to look at those pictures. We went through a period of time where we wrote to each other for 1.5 years. We didn't meet right away, and I think that was very important for both of us. Really just to get to know each other. We decided to meet at Christmas of 2008, and we met for breakfast first, just the two of us. And we were both very nervous. I think we just didn't know what to say or to do. And for me, I was just in awe just to be in her presence. So when I first came to GEMS, I really thought I would find a lot of birth mothers that were 5 years, that just gave their child up for adoption or less. And I was so surprised that we have a wide diverse of women. From 20 years to over 30 years, we have open adoption, closed adoption, and we all just come together for support and to share our journey. I think being a birth mother is carrying a heavy secret. You know, you go through life and there's not many people you can talk about it. Many of them feel embarrassed and shame. Some of the birth mothers that I know were sent away and nobody ever knows. And it's very important for them to talk about it. You're carrying so many emotions inside of you, and when you can finally release it, you feel so much better. You know, so I really encourage birth mothers at any stage that they're at to reach out to other birth mothers.
It's a deep and abiding love that moves women to place their children for adoption. But afterward, the path can be a lonely and emotional one for birth mothers. Programs like GEMS can be a lifeline, providing an understanding and encouraging sisterhood. In a moment, we'll take a look back at our exciting and eye-opening trip to Ethiopia. You don't want to miss it. Our film crew had the trip of a lifetime when we decided to focus on the African country of Ethiopia. Though it was hard to witness the abject poverty, the people we met were both beautiful and inspiring. We visited Living Hope Maternity Home, a ministry that helps young women who choose life for their babies, even if it means being abandoned by their families. Here, a young girl can learn how to properly care for herself and her baby, learn basic household chores, and even continue her schooling. The girls also make beautiful beaded jewelry to sell in the U.S. The money goes directly into their savings accounts. Some of the girls, like Helen Habta and Zinabwa Damau, also have American sponsors who help them survive once they leave the home. Here's their story. Helen Habta and Zinabwa Damau graduated with Living Hope Maternity Home's first group. Helen's daughter Ruth and Zinabwa's son Solomon still love seeing the staff of the home. With help from Living Hope, Helen and Zinabwa are working together on a future plan to help them provide for their children. So what are your plans now for the future since you've had your babies?
When we live in the maternity home, we are making jewelry, and with that jewelry, the ministry sold the jewelry and we can save the money in our account. Now, currently we are in that money, the ministry sent us to school for training, for hairdressing training. So for the future, we have a plan to open our small business together, and our saving account money is going to only for school. Additionally, we have a sponsorship for our baby. With that money, we can feed our baby. So we are safe, and we are very, very grateful for getting sponsorship for our sponsors. And we are very happy. We have a bright future.
Do you want to practice on my hair? Can you make it orange? You have two adorable children, so I'd like to know from each of you what you like most about being mothers.
I love my daughter because she is part of my body. Even when I get angry, I will play with her. It makes me very happy. I love my daughter. My son always makes me happy. I always play with him. I am very happy with carrying my baby. I am grateful. I thank God for having my son.
Our Ethiopian travels didn't end there. We journeyed to Macedonia, a home for the elderly and mentally disabled in Ethiopia's capital city of Addis Ababa. The home had only been serving its residents for 2 years, but in that time they've grown to house and care for 150 residents. By providing basic necessities, love, and socialization, they're improving each person's quality of life. Finally, we spent time with Adoption Ministry 127, an outreach of Youth with a Mission of Ethiopia, or YWAM. They care for abandoned widows and orphans. Many of the widows come from the slum of Kore, a crowded village of deep poverty where residents pay steep rent for shanty huts made of sticks and mud. They're grateful for the American sponsors who helped them have a better life in Ethiopia. Their words of thanks were inspirational. Adoption Ministry 127 is working hard to serve as many widows as they can. Thanks to American sponsorships, YWAM and Adoption Ministry 127 are able to physically and spiritually nurture women and are dramatically changing the lives of Ethiopia's poor widows. What would you like to say to the people who have helped you?
I don't have any words to say to the people helping me. I'm always praying for them. In my heart, I am always praising the Lord for them and what they have done for my life. I am nothing. I can never work, but the American people have been helping me for a couple of years. They have given me what I need right now, and I can eat properly due to their kindness, due to their righteousness. Always, I am praying for a long and healthy life for them.
What would you like Americans to know about you?
Second to the Lord, I would like to say a big thank you to the American people. May the Lord Jesus Christ help American people forever. May the Lord Jesus Christ expand America all over the world. The American people, second to the Lord, they are helping me, my community, my people, my country. I don't have enough words to thank the Americans. The American people picked me up from the dust, picked me up from nothing, picked me up from the dump. I would love to say thank you to all of the staff of YWAM. My words are not enough to talk about my thanks. My heart and my inside say many things, but my mouth is not able to express how they picked me up from the ground. But my heart has a lot of thanks. I used to be invisible, but now I can eat because of the program. I can wear clothes now because of the program. The program is helping me to see the other side of life, a good life.
Thanks for joining me for this look back at some memorable episodes from this season. As we continue to tackle these challenging issues, we'll make sure to emphasize the value of innocent human life and to celebrate it as well. Every guest we have the honor of meeting is facing life head-on, and they're remarkable examples that all human life is precious and worth fighting for. Thanks for watching. Today I'd like to offer you a free DVD gift box of 4 of these remarkable episodes of Facing Life Head-On. Please visit our website at facinglife.tv and enter for your chance to receive one as my free gift to you while quantities last. While there, take a moment to share with me your favorite episodes. Our mission of touching your heart is important to me, so please share your thoughts and stories.